Hey, what's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? What's up, NBA fans? What's up, all sports fans? This is JB right here, your host of the Behind the Bench podcast, the Behind the Bench channel, the Behind the Bench network. And I just want to drop in and talk about the NBA playoffs. And in particular, I want to give a shout out and appreciation for the newly crowned Western Conference champion Denver Nuggets, who advanced to the NBA Finals for the very first time, and they're looking to claim their first ever world championship. And I'm excited for them. And I'm not even a fan of the Nuggets per se, but I appreciate the Nikola Jokic's of the world, the Jamal Murray's of the world, and the way that Denver built their team up. And it's a testimony to an organization deciding to refrain from pursuing win now scenarios, mortgaging your future, leveraging yourself out by exhausting your assets, giving up draft picks galore to lure or to try to build a top heavy super team laden roster. And Denver Nuggets patiently built their team year by year, starting in drafting Nikola Jokic, who was drafted out of the second round. And nobody would ever imagine it or anticipated him becoming the player that he is now, which by most accounts, he should be viewed as the best center in basketball. And if he goes on to win a championship, this will be his first title of his career. He should be recognized as the best player in the league by season's end. And I think it's great for the league. Denver Nuggets, this is a team who has persevered over the past 2 seasons, while Nikola Jokic was leading Denver to the playoffs, while missing their second and third best player in Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. And at full strength, we now see what the Denver Nuggets could have did over the previous 2 years. Now remember, Nikola Jokic was leading them to the playoffs, missing the second and third best player, and that's one of the primary reasons why, he was awarded league MVP in back-to-back seasons, where in most conversations, he had a legitimate case to win a third straight league MVP, which only a select number of players has achieved in NBA history. One of those players being most recently Larry Bird, being recognized as the league MVP in 1984, 1985, and 1986. But Nikola Jokic showed who he was in this playoff series versus the Los Angeles Lakers, who they defeated in the Western Conference Final. And they did it in grand fashion by winning 4 straight games. And when you look at the Denver Nuggets, I really appreciate a team like Denver, considering the fact that, we've had to experience this super team era the past 13 years. And to see a team like Denver break through like this in a definitive way and beating some quality opponents along the way. They beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, with Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns back in the fold, and Rudy Gobert. In the second round, where they beat Minnesota in 5 games, and they defeated the Phoenix Suns, who, common thought would suggest that Phoenix may have had the edge because they had 2, of the league's best scorers, and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. But the one thing that Denver had that Phoenix lacked was depth and a high-powered bench. And throughout that series in the second round, the depth took over. After Phoenix tied the series 2-2, the bench, the depth proved to be overwhelming, and that's what propelled them to the conference finals. And they faced the Los Angeles Lakers team, who rallied during the second half of the season, and common thought would suggest that the Lakers may have had the edge because of the players they had on their team. But when you are when the league don't promote the stars properly, all the stars, then you don't really get a true assessment of what a team can do or what their potential is. So the fact that Denver won this series versus the Lakers in 4 straight games without losing one game is shocking a lot of people. But if you really study the team, this is a team that's been building itself up basically since 2018. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. making key acquisitions along the way, acquiring Aaron Gordon midway during the 2020-21 season, acquiring Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at the beginning of this season, acquiring a Bruce Brown from the Brooklyn Nets, who paid huge dividends for the Nuggets throughout this playoff run that they're succeeding in. And like when you look at the final tally, I mean, you can clearly see that Denver's 2 best players outplayed the Lakers' 2 best players, especially during money time in the fourth quarters, when you absolutely had to get it done to create the separation between the 2 teams. So you look at Nikola Jokic, who was voted Series MVP, Western Conference MVP, the Magic receiving the Magic Johnson Trophy. Nikola Jokic averaged 27.8 points a game, 14.5 rebounds a game. But the kicker is the assist. This is a center who averaged a triple-double throughout a playoff series. Not a point guard, not a small forward, but a center. He averaged 11.8 assists a game. So he's a triple threat. And as I mentioned, if he goes on to win the championship, well, he should be considered the game's best player. Then you have Jamal Murray back at full strength, fully recovered from that ACL injury he suffered 2.5 seasons ago. And he averaged 32.5 points a game, 6.3 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 2.8 steals. Shot 95% from the free throw line, 52% from the field. He had a tremendous series, 40% from 3. Jokic shot 47% from 3, 50% from the field, 78% from the free throw line. Then they got timely contributions from Michael Porter Jr., who averaged 15 points a game, 9.3 rebounds a game, 3 assists per game. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, their steady presence. He led the series with a big performance in game 1, where I believe he scored something like 23 points. And he played steady. Then Aaron Gordon stepped up in a major way in their closeout game, their elimination game on Monday, scoring 23 points in his own right and played stellar defense down the stretch. Well, Aaron Gordon averaged 12.8 points a game, 4 rebounds a game, 3.5 assists a game. Then you have strong bench contribution from Bruce Brown, who averaged 12.3 points a game. But the beautiful part about Denver is everybody know their role. Everybody know their role. Don't deviate from it. And when you win a series like that, Western Conference Finals, and you do it in 4 games, you prime to win the championship. You are primed to win the championship because you very well could have you definitely have the best center in the league on your team. And Jamal Murray, the way he played this series, he's playing like a bona fide superstar and could be said that he is the best combo point scoring guard in the NBA, the way he's playing. And this is what they have been missing the past 2 postseason runs when Denver lost. Actually, in 2021, 2 years ago, they lost in the second round to Phoenix, who went on to go to the finals. And then last year, they lost to Golden State in 6 games, But now they're at full strength. Now we see the real Denver Nuggets. And like I said, I just want to give kudos to them, man. It's great to see. This is great for the NBA. The NBA need to take a look at this. And I believe they are adjusting to the new age of basketball for this decade, where this CBA is going to make it very difficult for teams thinking about going top heavy and creating a super team. It's going to make it very difficult, if darn near impossible, to achieve that goal. And that evens out the playing field to where the teams that are truly built, they earn center stage without being undermined by teams trying to stack the deck and form super teams. So now the Denver Nuggets going to the finals with Nikola Jokic, who I'm sure has a great international following from his home country. I believe he's from Serbia, if I'm not mistaken. So now, man, he gets to play on the world stage. He gets to play on the world stage, man, and I think it's great for the league, man. This is what we've been needing, and we really think about it. You know, even doing this, I believe with his, we reaching the conclusion of the super team era. I believe is running its course. But ironically, the teams really that's been winning outside of the bubble, it's been teams that have been built naturally, stage by stage, piece by piece. 2019, the Toronto Raptors won the title. That was not a super team. Only piece they was missing was a superstar, and they acquired such a player in Kawhi Leonard, and he led them to a championship in 2019. In 2021, Giannis, led the Milwaukee Bucks to their first title since 1971. No super team. He was able to achieve that. And then last year, a rebuilt Golden State Warrior team led by Steph Curry won the championship. So you do not need a super team to win a title. I never believed in it. Never, because the history was suggested. The history proves it. And Denver is right on step. When you look at teams from the past who won championships, Denver is one of a many examples. But they are the team of the moment in the Western Conference. They are the best team in the West. And with them having Nikola Jokic on their team, I believe they have the inside track to win the championship this year. They prime. Everybody's healthy. Everybody know their role. They all playing at a high level. They have proven that they can win convincingly, or they can rally from a deficit, and they can execute in the fourth quarter. They have all the elements of a championship team. So all these teams is, going for broke, trying to swing for the fences at, every year, making all these senseless trades, try to, get an unfair advantage or undue advantage. It's not the way to go. That MO does not last long, and is short-sighted and is short-lived. But Denver is going to be a hell of a team for the foreseeable future, and with Jokic and the Murrays of the world leading the way, and Porter, he's young himself. So, like I said, congratulations to Denver Nuggets, man. This is very exciting to see. I cannot wait to see who their opponent gonna be in the finals. I'm looking forward to watching it. No super teams, man. Two naturally built teams, man, competing against each other at the highest level, vying for their Larry O'Brien trophy. And that's what it's all about. And once we move past this era of stacking the deck of super team, the NBA got an awesome future for itself, man. Awesome future. And we'll get there. And Denver Nuggets be one of those teams, man, that's going to represent. So, once again, they are your 2023 Western Conference champions, and they are locked in, and they are dialed in, and they're not satisfied, man. And they win that championship, boy. That's gonna be special. It's gonna be special. So I just want to throw that out there, man. Again, this is JB for Behind the Bench, and let's wait and see who they gonna play. Finals kick off June 1st. June 1st. The Western Conference champion, the Eastern Conference champion will duke it out for NBA supremacy. It's JB right here, and I'll holler later.